come up with next, you know? All right. Thanks a lot. So on to Timur. Timur. I'm going to say Timur. It's got to be wrong. I just don't trust it. Matt says, parts of the redesign are good, by the way. Parts are good. Good showing shipped stuff. Still doesn't blow me away. Insta hire. Yeah, I agree. Would probably throw a sound test at if I was curious. If I was hiring. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's like enough to be like, yeah, we'll see how he does, kind of thing. But it's not like, oh yeah, like stop looking. We're done with our hiring process, you know. So let's do this. Timur, Amanov, sound design. It's a cool page. I like this with the gradient in the back. It's nice. Hey, listen, that's cute. I like this a lot. Hey, listen, that's cool. It's kind of one of those things that conveys your understanding and interest in games without having to say much, you know, just this kind of thing. You could say, I have a passion for games. Here are the games I like and stuff, but like just having this is very to the point. I like it a lot. Hello, I'm Timur. After completing my BA in music composition from Falmouth University, I developed an interest in game audio and I wish to advance in the industry as a sound designer. Thanks for watching my reel. Is that here? Is this your reel? It better be. 58 seconds. Look at this. Amazing. So this is your reel, I assume. We'll carry on. Twitter, you work? It works, yes. And just open a new page right away. It does. Yeah. What's up? Look at this dream boat. That's you? My God. What a handsome man. LinkedIn. SoundCloud. Foulmouth. Yes. SoundCloud also active. Let's see here. Last post was a month ago. Pretty good. Projects. Escape pod. Implementation. And that's it. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, so the layout so far, so Matt's kind of getting at it already. I don't like the little video on the sides of the layout. Neither do I. This is freaking me out, man. Is this like over here now? It feels weird being left aligned. Like I was like waiting for more to load. I thought there was gonna be more here. But if it's centered, it's like boom, boom. These are the two things, pick one. I think that's a bit better, just in terms of conveying what there is to look at. And this one, hey listen, watch my reel. It says game audio reel here, but I feel like this is very unconventional to have it to the right. It's not the end of the world. Matt doesn't like it. It was not as obvious as most pages, but it's like it's fine. And also, this is cool being, or is it? That's weird actually. I thought it was cool. There's like this weird kind of differentiation between the front and the background. This is strange. Slipcell didn't notice. It's funny because look at this. What's so crazy is I didn't notice either, but it says game audio reel right here. Like it says game audio reel. But the thing is, I looked over here. That's so crazy. That's so crazy that several of us didn't see it. And it says game audio reel. that's really interesting, and you should probably take note of that, Timur. Like it's probably worth having just this, like have this across the top, and if you have the full length of the page, it's going to be like 2 lines. You're done, so that's fine. And then just go boom underneath it. So the black on the black makes it hide on the page. Yeah, that's really interesting. I'd probably change that, man. It's the whole newspaper thing, headline and top left draws attention, yeah. And game audio reel could apply to the whole site. That's also worth mentioning, yeah. Yeah, or an outline or something. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Sam Mackey doesn't have an outline, that's fine. But it's also like the main thing on the front page, right? It's like, pff, here's the video, have a look. Projects. So these two things, we have escape pod and implementation. I guess we can click here. What happens? On a page now. In development, description, you must evacuate the space station. In this death run game, race against time and your friends to board the remaining escape pod while avoiding deadly obstacles. A personal project in development by a small team using Unreal Engine 4 and Fmod. Roles, sound design and composition, level editing. Okay, check it out. Oh, this is on Steam. That's a weird way of saying on Steam, but I guess that makes sense. Back to projects. This is now kind of weird because why would I go back to... Also, does it even do anything? Back to projects. This is just, it's dead text. Previous, next. These are also dead. What's happening here? Is it a zoom thing? No, they're just dead. Okay, so fix that, or just don't have it at all. I think just having this is fine. But the alignment's stressing me out, says Carson. Yeah, the layout's kind of weird. Like these links don't work, but also just in general, it feels kind of weird. Like if I want to go back to projects and see your previous thing, I can just go back. That's fine. And see this. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of weird to me. But this is fine. Like this page is okay. I like this. Play. 41 seconds. Just want to see a bit of it. Cool. All right. And implementation. That's an icon tray for other pages. I guess it makes more sense if it was full. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Rio the writer is weighing in here. There you go. Okay, forest, redesign, lobby, platformer, cave. This is very interesting for redesign. Okay. Like redesigning kinds of things. That's kind of cool. So over to, oh, I'm on this though, aren't I? Oh, my bad. No, I clicked on implementation, not redesign. So this is now implementation. Yeah, like I forgot what I was for a second, dude. So like maybe having like a title here or something, like projects implementation, or I don't know. Is it just the navigation is a bit strange right now. Platformer. 3 minutes. Okay, cool. So I'll come back to these in a second. This is interesting. Redesign. I think the check it out button needs to be anchored to something bigger. Yeah, it was kind of like over here, like an afterthought. It could be just underneath the text right away, like here's the game idea, check it out. Like this, it's all one thought, you know. So, anyways, redesign some various things. I assume these are in your reel, so I'll come back to you afterwards. Blog, place your bets. Yo, look at this. Less than a month ago, killer. Collection of ambiances I recorded whilst in Thailand. And before that, 4. Oh, these are like numbered posts, I guess. Footsteps. Water. Seems like a lot of space taken up for not that much to look at. Like these icons are huge, man. If it was smaller, I guess maybe it's okay. It still feels weird. It feels massive. You could probably, I don't know. This seems like a extraneous element. Cool. Let's jump into the reel. Yeah. Game audio reel. Volume is at full. Dark Twinge, what's up, man? Good to see him. YouTube. Hey, Twinge, you see Celeste, man? You see Celeste? It's happening, dude. If you didn't see the trailer, go look at the trailer. Celeste trailer, look it up. Let's play.
To have some clothes.
Don't worry, you'll get your CV spray painted on.
Welcome to City and Station.
I'm sorry.
What's up? Nice reel. That was killer. Let's watch it again. What's up, says Joey Goddard. Yeah, what's up? What's up? That was very strong. That was a strong-ass reel, my friend. Matt's hating, though. Matt's hating too much.
Nice to have some clothes.
So okay, let's do first impressions here, shall we? Let's talk about presentation. Huge, says Ali. All these claps in the chat. First impressions. First off, on the video, thank you for watching. Info here. Okay? I would also recommend you have... Oh, it's really brief. It's almost too brief. Maybe you have this also, like your email address? Maybe? Yeah, I'd make this like a bit longer, dude. You have 58 seconds. You can spare 2 seconds. You have 2 seconds to spare. This is it's almost too brief. I kept trying to read the email and I can't get to it. So, like 1 more second would be plenty, and then same thing at the end, probably. I'm assuming. Yeah, add a second both ends. It'd be good. These titles are great, really tasteful. Says what you did, says what it is, really good. However, this text, or the speech fade-in was super strange.
Nice to have some.
Nice to have some clothes. Nice to have some clothes.
Nice to have some clothes.
Don't worry, you'll get your CV spray painted on.
What is this? What are you sending me, Carson? What are you... Jeez. Okay, let's see this. Carson, let's see this thing. What is this thing? Drew lines where I feel the weight is in that page. Yeah, true. It's very everywhere. Yeah, the eye is being pulled all over, man. True. Let's carry on. I think it's worth... I mean, you're doing this implementation, so just mute that speech and just capture it again. You're good.
Don't worry, you'll get your CV spray painted on.
Or just freaking don't have it cut off, you know? Like the voice would be fine if it didn't fade. The fading was just strange. It feels like a strange choice.
Nice to have some clothes.
Because what happened is there was no warning it's coming, so because it's so very different than everything we're hearing so far. I was like, whoa, what's happening right now? And I was pulled out of it because I just was taken aback by weird fading in speech, you know?
Don't worry, you'll get your CV spray painted on.
Welcome to City and Station.
And then same thing at the end there. I am... It's just done. So I think the voice was not bad. The first, nice to have some clothes, is kind of weird, but the processing was good. And the last part was good too. So I'd like to hear more of the voiceover, but just not cut off and strange, you know? You're kind of like dangling this little goodie for us and just don't give it to us. So, carry on. Platformer example. Cool. Yeah. There's a lot of this entire thing is very MIDI, like Matt was saying. Like I almost feel like this is almost just in need of a freaking EQ at the end, you know? I'm gonna do this for a second. I'm gonna record output. Here we go. Yeah, so Joey says the elite ships have so much character, it's ridiculous. So it's hard not to compare to that. Yeah, so Matt is absolutely correct in saying it becomes uninteresting in that you've got this like there's a lot of that. So because there's not much contour, the dynamics could be pulled like this, you know, just like expand the dynamics a lot. Because right now it's very like the entire time, and the sounds themselves are like not bad. They could be better, but like they're not bad at all. And it could be a lot better if we heard those sounds with a lot more contour and you paid more attention to like the phrasing from moment to moment, as opposed to here's like a sound on everything and therefore everything's covered and we're good to go. It's not just that. It's like you gotta be aware of kind of what's happening, and what is most important to the listener and what's getting out of the way to make room for that thing that's important for the listener to hear. So I have this recorded, and I'm curious. I could probably even just like EQ this. I'm gonna throw a Pro Fab filter on this guy. EQ Pro Q2. Here we go. There we go. Even just that, it's like an instant improvement. But like, it's not all it needs. The EQ is one part, but it's that there's a lot of like everything's like just this soup of sounds. And because of that, we don't really know what's happening entirely. We can like latch onto things like do 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 do. We can see the pew because it's a different frequency range and it's over here instead, while everything else is like just a soup down below. You could do a lot more to separate the various things happening. And it gets back to the whole like, you know, let a ship have its own frequency range or its own kind of home as far as its frequency focus. And then when different ones come in, there's like a new peak, you know, as opposed to being like just more of the same kind of ship sound. So, anyways, what's cool is we're talking about like some more kind of advanced sound design stuff now, and that's saying a lot. And what's really cool is that this is your only redesign, and it seems like everything else is actually implementation, which is like that's awesome, man. That's really, really cool. So, like on first listen, I was like, okay, pretty cool. And then on second listen, you're like, okay, let's start tearing it apart now, you know? So I would like to see what you did. So there you go. We're now in a position where you have interested us and we're looking deeper. See how that works? You just show some, you say, here, I did an implementation. And if it's okay, or if it's like great, or if it's terrible even, I'd still be curious as far as like what you did. So let's jump into this really quick redesign. Sorry, projects implementation. Here's all these things. And I'm curious about the platform. Let's watch this one. 1 minute long. YouTube. Do you talk? Okay, cool. Good ambience. Oh, power up. Time bonus. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, so I don't really care about seeing more of the video. So, Matt, there you go. Thank you. Longer other pieces. I'd always like to like more exposition on what you did. Yeah. So when I opened this, I kind of expected and hoped that you'd have things like more things like this, for example, like this little 3D guy, because that's cool. And more speaking on like here's how it works, because that kind of lets me like get to know you a bit as well. It's a bit of a added bonus to kind of be able to show some of your own kind of personality and such and character as far as your passion for what you do. So for example, like Damien Shepard's implementation reel he's like talking through it, and I feel like I know him better for it. And it's not like you're not trying to like become buddies with people on your site, but if you present yourself in an agreeable and interesting and passionate manner, then people will just remember you better for it. You know, it's just a better way of doing it. You just have a more of a human connection, and game dev is all about that. It's a lot of human collaboration, so it's pretty important to or it is not without value to do that kind of thing. You know, Raw Paws playing some Starcrawlers, good game. Let's go to your larger projects then, as far as hearing you speak, because I want to hear that as far as what you did. So is that like this one? Is this considered larger? 2.5 minutes.
Hello.
Hello.
Timur here. Welcome to this
Oh,
demo.
your name?
Hello. Timur here.
Timur. Timur.
Welcome to this demo of the sci-fi lobby level. I've put this one together in Unreal Engine 4 using the top-down sci-fi pack, as well as other freely available materials and meshes. So this particular level is a lobby for players to mingle as well as interact with some NPCs. In order to make footsteps less repetitive, I have separated and randomized multiple heel and toe impacts on different materials.
By the way, I might be alone in this, but I totally acknowledge when voice sounds good in things like this too. By the way. And so things like de-essing is maybe worth your time.
I don't want to see you. Enjoy your stay.
I set up a few areas with unique reverbs and properties to simulate occlusion.
Terminal A is now in operation. Welcome to City and Station. For shuttles to Shibuya, please proceed.
Whoa.
The doors and the lift operate using simple blueprints that move.
That door sound though. Because the camera is like behind the camera, or the listener's like behind the camera, I guess? Is that what's happening? That was a loud door.
Doors and the lift operate using simple blueprints that move meshes.
Oh, dude, well just... You have RX-5 though, don't you? Or is that somebody else? Was that our previous contestant? I think that was somebody else. My bad. RX is your friend though. Do it up, yo. Yeah, listener position for sure.
Along predetermined axes, and then added events to them by recording the animation and exporting the video to a DAW, and then put the audio to that.
Apologies, but
That's crazy. The listener's in like a weird
There
spot.
are trigger boxes in some of the areas and around NPCs that play various voice lines. During the vocal cues, all of the other audio is ducked slightly.
Dear passengers, we are proud to announce that the direct tram line to Terminal
Whoa,
A
big place.
in operation.
Though it looks kinda blocky.
this is a transit station, not Taj Mahal. So, how's your new body?
City and Station
Feels
for shuttles
comfortable.
to Shibuya,
Would be nice to have some clothes.
Terminal A.
Don't worry, you'll get your CV spray painted on.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed the demo of the lobby. Thanks for watching.
If you're wondering why a lot of people around you sound alike, it's pure coincidence.
That's cute at the very end. Yeah, cool. Strong. So, I mean, there are problems here and there, but the thing is, it's, as I've said many times in Real Talk, Matt and I can tear it apart and tell you that there are, so Paul says, clip gain those SS down manually, man. Hell yeah. It's worth it. Details matter. Details matter in a big way. So, Matt was tearing it apart. We're tearing it apart in terms of like listener position and S's and various things like this. But the most important thing to remember about doing things like audio implementation demos and having implementation in your reel is that is an indication of initiative and passion, and that's the biggest thing. So we often kind of make fun of the cube tutorial because it's just like, or the cube demo where you can download and do your own wise stuff in game. It's just terrible. Like it never sounds good. It sounds okay at best, and that's at best. It's really, really brutal. But again, I don't really care that much because unless you're, well, I mean, back to the previous comment earlier today, if you're an audio director and you're looking to get hired at like Bethesda or something, they're not going to be looking at your reel. They're going to look at your previous credits and who you know and so forth, right? So, and in that case, you would be hired into a supervising kind of capacity, like in a position. But if you're doing redesign and implementation demos and stuff, you're not going to get hired into a position to be supervising anyone. You're going to be hired into a spot like Barney Oram was, like as a junior designer at Cloud Imperium, right? And guaranteed, Barney's got some people looking over his shoulder on a frequent basis. Either, well, both to check his work and make sure it's up to standards of that company and of the industry, but also to mentor and to let him know kind of how he can do his job better or more effectively or just differently, or more creatively. So this kind of stuff is really good because it's you like doing your thing and showing a capacity and an interest in learning. So, and I can't, like the other end of the spectrum is school projects that people did because they had to, and I have no idea if they wanted to do it or if they just had some money lying around and they were tired of bartending and decided to go to an audio school, but didn't like really invest that much personally, apart from the money. So yeah, this kind of thing just proves you give a shit, and that's really, really powerful. So good on you. And Matt says, anytime you can show me stuff you've shipped or stuff you've done on your own that's beyond just linear design, it's always good. As is anything I can tell isn't a school project. Showing you're going, there you go. Showing you're going the extra mile is good. It's huge. It's huge. So good for you. This is all very strong. Okay, I'm going to end it there, I think. In terms of distinction, we just said, like, it's really, really positive. Having not one, but like a variety of environments and a variety of kinds of games and stuff, it's like very indicative of your interest level, which is apparently very high. So that's fantastic. What it means, the bottom line, it means you're a safe investment, Like if I wanted to hire you, I can assume that you're going to get better. I can just assume that, obviously. It's not even a question. All right, so let's end it right there, I think. Thank you so much, Timur. And thank you very much for the folks in the chat as well, offering your 2 cents. Always welcome. Whether you're a dark twinge. I love seeing the chat. I love seeing like folks who aren't like as active in the game dev scene, just hanging out and talking about sound reels. Warms my freaking heart. All right. So I will